Big news, of course, today, and how can I not talk about it? How is this not what our panel is going to start off with before we get back to the stuff that matters here in Australia, which is, of course, the FBI raiding Donald Trump's home in Florida. Now, they are doing this because, according to the New York Times, there was a whole collection of documents that were taken from the White House that were eventually returned, but not all of the documents ended up being returned. So, therefore, it was time for a raid. Now, of course, there was no such raid on Hillary. There's no such raid on Hunter Biden. But, of course, we all know the game is different when it comes to Donald Trump. But let's have a look at the different media reactions where the left, well, they basically slipped off their seats with excitement.
You have to go before a federal judge and convince that judge that there is probable cause.
Shocking escalation in one of the several investigations surrounding former President Trump. All of this happened today on the 48th anniversary of Richard Nixon announcing his resignation.
If I were like Donald Trump's lawyer right now, and thank God I'm not, I would be advising my client to be telling my family, I am looking at jail time.
This is just another example in a very long line of examples of Donald's narcissism and sense of entitlement.
What's coming next, which will be endless rhetoric from Donald Trump about how horrible the FBI is and how this is a targeted fishing expedition.
Meantime, the reaction from his supporters, their heads exploded.
The management of the FBI has now shredded any single sliver of credibility this agency had left.
And I think this is a wake-up call for those in Congress to be able to use the tools at their disposal to defund the FBI, to ask the right questions, and to prepare for a church-style commission next year, if given a Republican majority, to dismantle the FBI into 1,000 bits.
This is the first time in my lifetime that I would say I am deathly afraid for Donald Trump. I would not put assassination behind these people.
This is the worst attack on this republic in modern history, period.
When we get power back, it's time to hold everyone accountable. The military leadership, the civilian leadership, the civil service, those in Congress who've abused their power.
I love the way they fight in the US. They fight hard with knuckle dusters. For his part, this is what Donald Trump had to say via statement today, no interviews after all of this, after his house was raided. It is prosecutorial misconduct, the weaponisation of the justice system, and an attack by the radical left Democrats who desperately don't want me to run for president in 2024. You can't see this, but I'm doing the hands. Such an assault could only take place in broken third world countries. Sadly, America has now become one of those countries corrupt at every level not seen before.